what's your living situation now?
Living with boyfriend. He pays for the rent.
You're saying it very weird. What?
After everything started going downhill with my current boyfriend. It's a person that has helped me through this current situation.
Is this like a new friend?
Yes.
Because you wouldn't want new friends staying with old friends.
No. They'd probably kill each other. Hi, this is Mia. I'm 26 years old and I'm from Dallas, Texas, and this is Financial Audit.
Thanks for coming down from Dallas. What do you do up there for a living?
Currently I am actually getting a new job starting Monday.
Congratulations.
As a property manager.
Okay, yeah. So what are we going to be making in this new position?
$15 an hour.
$15 an hour.
Yeah.
Okay. Property manager. So are you going to be like showing people apartments and
so it's a public storage property manager. So I'm just essentially taking care of a storage site.
Sure.
So the maintenance of it, the customer interaction, stuff like that.
Gotcha. And how many hours a week will that be?
40.
Okay. So $600 a week ish.
Yeah.
Call it 52 weeks a year. Do you get PTO?
Yes. I haven't
Okay,
discussed that quite yet though.
So $31,200 a year.
Mm.
I mean, that's kind of hard for Dallas.
Yeah.
What's going on?
So I used to work at a garden that I made $1,643, but then was terminated under false pretenses.
What's a false pretense?
I started HR discussions about things, and then they didn't like that, and they fired me.
What?
So there was unethical work conditions, and I ended up getting injured, and had to. I slipped and fell in a concrete room where our safe was, and it led to me having a foot injury because I landed on my foot. I twisted it and landed on it, and I was out. I was on crutches for a month, and then had to still go to therapy for like 3 months after.
Now to weigh the life part of this,
yeah,
because 26 is that the first job you've been fired from?
No, it's not.
Okay.
It's not
what
the
else?
first job. I've gotten fired from one other job, and it was at GameStop.
How do you get fired from GameStop?
You put a safe code in for a robbery. That's how. Yeah. We got held up.
Laughing about that. Okay.
Yeah, we got held up at gunpoint, but like right before the robbery happened, I opened up the safe for my coworker, and then I left.
Are you supposed?
And they were like,
"Why'd you open it for your coworker?"
Because he was busy dealing with the transaction and needed change for his till. And I was like, "Hey, I'm leaving. I worked Black Friday all by myself. Nobody was here to help me with staffing."
Okay.
And so I was like, I'm going to leave early today.
Why'd you leave it open?
I left it open so he could take the change out.
He can't open it himself?
It's on a delayed timer. So I just was there when the timer had went off the second time.
And then they came in with guns.
And then they were already there.
Did you know?
No, I didn't. So it was 2 teenagers. They were already in the store looking around.
Mm-hmm.
Ended up, they were kind of waiting for an opportunity for all the customers to leave. And when the one other customer in the store, who was a pregnant woman, had left, I had also left after opening the safe room. I was like, hey, make sure to shut it when you get your change for your till. I'm going now. And they thought it was fishy that I opened the safe, had then left, and then like...
It is weird.
Yeah.
So you got fired.
Yeah, so I got fired, and they were like, oh, these teenagers just opportunity attack.
And before we go victim, I want to know, what were the unsafe conditions at this job that you complained about?
So...
You slipped on concrete.
Yeah, so they didn't have...
There's concrete in a lot of places.
Yeah.
Not that I'm saying you
garden.
should get injured or would be injured, but, slipping on concrete can happen. Is that the workplace's fault unless there's water without a wet sign?
So it was... when that injury happened, it was raining and they didn't have any mats inside the room, which security had even noticed that was an issue. And like the very second I got hurt, then they were put mats in the room to amend the situation.
Sure.
The unethical work conditions were that they were revoking things like as heaters and were outside. heaters for like under like 30-degree temperatures. They would still have us outside. They removed umbrellas. They were making.
And you complained and you got fired?
The whole staff complained. And like this was going up to the CEO.
Then why were you only fired?
Because I started the HR meeting about it and pulled up emails about how our management was talking.
Started an HR meeting?
Mm-hmm. I had like requested HR to talk to me.
Yeah.
And then I had them, I had given them emails from our upper management.
It's so hard only getting one side of the story. It really is.
No, and I gave them emails from our upper management pertaining to like conditions. They had us in a ticket booth that had mold in it, in which they renovated after the HR meeting. And we're like, we're fixing everything.
Does the storage unit know you've been fired twice?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're okay with it.
Okay. Well, $15 an hour.
Yeah.
30,000 hours a year in Dallas.
It's better than unemployment right now.
It absolutely, well, it's, being able to contribute something in general is pretty good. And I would always highly encourage that and, try to make a career, try to make progress. But you're maxed out on all your debt.
Yeah.
You're maxed out on all your debt.
It's also not my only job.
Huh?
It's not my only job.
Oh, what else?
School year starts, I'm a substitute teacher as well.
Okay, so that one's up and down, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Especially when you're committed to 40 hours a week at the storage.
Yeah.
So how did you get into all this debt in the first place? And we're about to get into it.
Yeah.
Well, what is happening here? Because I haven't had this much debt, at least in a few weeks. Mm-hmm. In terms of like maxed out.
Yeah. So it started with a bad relationship. I was leaving.
Bad relationship.
Yes.
Bad relationship?
It was one like 8 years ago. That's when a lot of my credit actually started too.
Okay.
I was pretty much giving like 75% of my paycheck to my ex.
What the why?
For rent.
Oh, okay.
For rent.
Well, is that giving it to your ex or is that just paying for rent?
We were living in his parents' home. Yeah. So
who was collecting the rent?
His parents.
So it was their fault, or was it his fault?
It was more so his fault. So
Why?
He was a mechanic, and he made $26 an hour flagged.
Sure.
Or not flagged, and then he would make $32 an hour flagged. So when he's working on something versus when he's not working on something, and I was making only $13 an hour.
So why were you paying such a substantial portion?
Because I was dumb. And I thought, oh, okay, well, this is 50-50 of what the bills are.
Yeah.
So that's fair. I wasn't really thinking of like, he's making so much more, like, percentage.
Sure. Well, it's weird that, first of all, it went to his parents so much. What was the rent?
They were charging us $1,200, and then we still had to pay utilities.
To live with them?
To not live with them. It was their old family, like their small family home.
It was just a rental unit.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
But they were the landlord. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's different. I get that. Splitting 50-50 can be considered fair. It's not equitable.
Yeah.
But it is equal.
Yeah. And that's how I saw it. Was like, oh, we're 50-50. It's okay.
I mean, I wouldn't be doing that as the boyfriend, to be completely honest.
Yeah.
But I can at least see it. I understand it.
Yeah.
But how does 75% of your money went there? So that's why we're sitting in tens of thousands of dollars in debt.
So that started. My first card, the one that I have had for the longest, that JCPenney card. Mm-hmm. And when I did that, I had to like move into a storage unit and stuff like that, pay that.
You lived in a storage unit?
Or I moved all my stuff into a storage unit. The stuff I could take with me, because he kept most of everything, including furniture and everything I spent. And so the only really thing I had to my name was the start of my Funko collection.
A what collection?
A Funko collection.
I don't know what that is.
So they're vinyl figures. They're like little vinyl figures. They're collectibles. I started that in that relationship, and then when I moved to my next relationship, I unfortunately spent during COVID, probably like the start of COVID, like $3,000, $4,000 into that collection.
Okay. On credit cards?
Out of my like paychecks.
I'm confused. What the fuck are we talking about right now? How'd you get into the debt? That was the question.
Okay, so because of that, I would put things off. I would put things off and then would put them onto my credit card. So like just small things like gas, food, stuff like that. And I would put it onto there because I spent so much money into other things that are entertainment.
And what's your living situation now? Is it better?
I guess. Yeah. I'm not paying as much into utilities and stuff like that.
Okay, are you living alone? Are you living with a boyfriend again?
Living with boyfriend. Yeah.
Okay, you're saying it very weird. What?
It's kind of a weird dynamic in that relationship. It's kind of fizzling out. Yeah.
How much longer is the lease if it's fizzling?
April.
Have you guys essentially decided that, in the future it's done?
We've had conversations.
Okay.
On and off again.
And it finishes in April of next year?
Yeah.
And you guys are basically done. So what the is? So you guys are living together through, or is someone going to move out and someone's going to get financially, or even both? What's this?
Probably me moving out. Probably, yeah.
So you're living with someone that you no longer like. Okay, at least in that way. Is that awkward?
Sometimes. It's always a discussion of like, is it working? Is it not working?
And what did you mean? It's a little weird. Was it just the relationship part, or the financial aspect, or what?
Financial aspect.
How?
Just because. So he pays for the rent.
Okay.
And I only pay for utilities.
Okay, so what's weird?
His note most times is that he can kick me out whenever, because he pays rent and he's head of lease. I'm just an occupant, so there's always that.
Okay, so it's a little weird.
Yeah, so it's a little bit more of like a power thing. So he kind of holds it over my head.
Power dynamic?
Yeah. Okay. So he holds it over my head that he can.
Power dynamic is an interesting conversation in our culture today. That's for sure. This one actually sounds like because people just throw that word around and it's lost all of its meaning at this point. It sounds like you actually have something that is real and substantial, because people say the existence of a power dynamic is bad. That's not how this works. Everyone has a power dynamic. I have a power dynamic over every employee. You stand next to someone that's taller on the street, they have a power dynamic. Stand next to someone who's stronger. So a teacher has a power dynamic over a kid. Parents have power dynamics over children's. Power dynamic isn't in every single situation, every part of life. Power dynamics inherently are not a bad thing. They exist in every part of the world. What's bad is the abuse of a power dynamic. It's saying, if I were to say, like if I were going to abuse a power dynamic here, it'd be like, we are not going to film this episode unless you do this terrible thing. Or, here's this opportunity, but you only get it if you do something bad. That's an abuse. A potential abuse, the boyfriend situation, is him saying, I have control over you living here. And if you don't do this way, you're not going to live here anymore. And that is an abuse of a power dynamic. The inherent existence of a power dynamic is not necessarily the bad thing. It's the abuse of it. Our culture's people use words for every single situation, and they've lost all power because of it, and it's really annoying. So, that is correct. You are using it in the correct way, which I appreciate. So, okay. I mean, that's kind of... Does he utilize that quite often? Of course, we're only hearing your side of the story. I'll be honest.
If I don't put, like, the forefront of being, like, I guess the housewife, of, like, coming home and, like... Oh, hello, how are you? Well, let me take your things.
You guys are done, essentially, it sounds like. So.
Yeah, but if I still don't do that and like Tuesdays and Wednesdays are his days, I have to spend with him. Yeah.
But you guys have decided. Yeah. So why that's weird.
Yeah.
And he's holding that over your head? The living situation for that?
It's come up a time or two.
So if you're not his little housewife on a Tuesday and Thursday or whatever you said?
If he gets to the point that he's boiled down to like, why do I even keep you around? It's
because I mean, you guys were at least together, and still probably technically are, but like, if it's fizzling and you guys have kind of had that conversation, like, I don't know, just being a halfway decent person.
Yeah.
Because you know that the lease is meant for April, and if it is a move out type of situation, maybe it's like, okay, like 4 months or something, something to help.
Yeah.
Are you okay? I see some tearage happening. I know it's tough talking about relationships like this, so
yeah,
there are tissues over there if you would need some.
Yeah, it's kind of weird sometimes.
Yeah,
it's often an argument that like even my friends have kind of heard over call, and they're like, "What the heck's going on? Like, why is he doing that kind of a thing?" And it's just like, oh, that's just kind of how life is right now.
So a really exciting thing that you guys should be thinking about is we now have all these extra things with our YouTube membership program. You can sign up for our post show. We talk about extra drama for the episode that we didn't have a chance to dive into.
Why would I want more than one? I don't even want one.
You don't f them. You just touch them and
you
move on.
Why would I want to do that again?
Because it's fun.
Is that?
And it's wholesome.
You're good.
Hey, bro. How is Caleb as a lover?
I would give a solid 9.
Wow! How do you get to a 9?
I just don't know how to answer that because, I mean, I just do.
For the upper tier memberships, all the people from the crew from over there, they come together, they make a crew cast, and they talk about the behind the scenes content and how we do everything here.
I feel like I don't want to contribute as much because I'm already so much on camera.
That is the greatest thing I've ever heard.
Twice a month, Noah and I come here, we have a live stream with you guys, and we hang out with you, we answer questions, we chat it up, we talk about the show, we just have a good time.
Caleb reads that book every day.
I actually wake up and then I goon to that book in the goon stream.
And then most exciting, right here at this table with even more pie charts, we have an exclusive, uncensored, ad-free financial audit episode for the top tier members that no one else gets to see anywhere else. Consider joining because ad rates are always up and down. We're trying to build something great here, and I wanted to make sure to provide the best content and the most amount of content that's ever been in a YouTube membership. Link in the description below.
I mean, you were on phone calls with Noah, and you probably overheard me whipping him because I'm like, get back to work, you producer. So I get it.
Yeah, no. Like, and it's so if I'm ever on call, I always quickly make sure to turn my camera off and mute my mic because I'm like, I don't know where this is gonna go, if this is gonna be a good conversation or a bad conversation.
How often is these explosive arguments?
Kind of every other day.
Oh, that's too often. I would want to get out of there anyway.
Yeah.
And at that point.
That's why I was looking for a job.
Okay, so it's depending on getting some income. How long were you in between the last job and this job?
So got fired in May, got hired last week.
Okay. So you definitely took some time. And I mean, you could have gotten like a McDonald's or something by then, but.
Oh, I applied.
How many a day?
I applied a day on average, 5 at least. There were some days that I would apply. There was one day. There was one day I applied to like 30 places.
Yeah, it's difficult. I mean, in the fast food, it's not this episode, so I don't have the openings, but there were hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of fast food openings in the Houston area that we checked the other day. And, you know, they have openings. They're still looking for places. It's the service industry that has still not even come close to catching up to pre-pandemic levels, which is why there's like nowhere that's open 24 hours anymore, and it's really annoying. So, yeah, but I get it. I mean, there's also potential resume issues, potential availability issues. So, you never really know. Okay, well, I'm glad you are starting a job and then substitute teaching once the fall comes around. Let's jump into these monies real quick. And then we'll kind of get back to some of that stuff and address that.
Okay.
Well, I want to self-assess. 0 out of 10. Where do you think your finances are? 0 being the worst, 10 being the best. What do you self-assess? 3. Okay. Want your Hammer financial score? It's free. Description below. If you have any interesting stories or interesting financial situations or worldviews you want challenged, anything interesting at all, and you think you would be, you know, good to sit in the seat where she was brave enough to be today, feel free to apply to be on the show at calebhammer.com/apply. Discover it.
Yes.
Everyone loves getting I Discover It. Okay.
Yeah.
We're sitting at $5,597.85 with a $150 minimum monthly payment. How are you paying these without income? Unemployment?
Unemployment.
Okay. Because it looks like you're at least not late. Yeah, you made a payment.
Never late.
But what? Why'd you go and purchase on a card? Buddy, if this is over maxed out. This is over maxed out. $5,597 is already aggressively insane for your income situation.
Yeah.
But you're over maxed out because the credit line is $5,500. So you are already over that. How'd you go and purchase $7.74 anyway? Well, it's accruing $129. Well, you didn't have a job, didn't have an income, they're only collecting unemployment, can only do the minimum monthly payment, and you're over the credit card balance, and interest is accruing. Why the f were you purchasing? What are you doing? How does that help your situation in life?
It doesn't.
Then why? What were we doing?
I think it was gas or something. I'm not sure what it was.
It was eBay.
It was eBay. Oh,
You
fun.
getting some gas on eBay?
No.
What are we getting? Some pop heads or whatever?
It was a birthday gift to somebody.
What? What's your relationship with them, and what was it?
It's a person that has helped me through this current situation.
What does that mean?
What the? Can we cut that? Sorry, I should not have mentioned his name.
This is yeah. No. We'll bleep his name. We'll bleep his name.
Okay.
But I'm confused what you're saying.
So it's the person. I met them in April when kind of everything started going downhill, or after everything started going downhill with my current boyfriend. And they've kind of been there as like
what, is
a
this
support.
like a new friend?
Possibly, yes.
Oh, I get what you're putting down.
And they've
Oh gosh.
yeah, they've kind of helped keep me sane. Like they've introduced me to a friend group that like
Friend group. So they're in Dallas.
No. So
Oh.
everyone lives across the states, which kind of sucks.
States.
So
this is all virtual?
And country. Yeah.
Virtual can be okay, but there is that there's a little bit of a lack of connection that you get with your in-person friends.
Yes.
You know, like tonight, I feel like my friend group, like all 10 of us, we're gonna sit in a circle and we're gonna goon for like 50 hours. It's gonna be wonderful. But we get that connection. We get that connection with each other. But virtual gooning's okay.
Virtually gooning is okay.
Yeah, if that's what you guys do.
Okay, well, not all the friends. So the person I met lives on the West Coast, and he introduced me into a friend group.
How'd you meet this?
Playing Lethal Company.
Lethal Company.
Lethal
I'm assuming this is a
Company.
video game.
Actually,
I've never heard of it, but
no, it's Content Warning. We played Content Warning together. It's a video game.
is that also okay?
Yes.
Okay.
We were playing Content Warning. I was playing with my siblings. My siblings got off. I stayed for one game with randos.
What does current friend think of new friend?
They don't like them. They very much don't like them.
Okay. Have you met new friend?
In person, no. I had originally planned
Going
to.
meet new- Okay.
Yeah. So when I was still working at the old job, it was planned that in June I was going to we were still just like getting to know each other, friends. And was just like, oh, your birthday's coming up in June. Like, what would be totally cool meeting each other in person, because we had like video time and like stuff like that. And then I got fired, which kind of hurt.
Yeah.
And like that was like one of the biggest things that I kind of cried about. So they got put off, and then things just kind of got harder. And so like we play games and like chat or whatever every night. And then we planned that in November that we were going to
This November.
this November.
Okay.
That I was going to meet not only
Wow,
him,
you don't have any
possibly. It was still kind of up in the air. It was wanting this to happen, like was going to try to save up, get everything paid down, and then
What a reason old friend doesn't want you to live with them is because of new friend.
No.
Okay, because I would feel like that might be the only valid reason. Okay.
No, because that was things before anything.
Did you guys sign the lease while this was happening? Because the lease ends in April, so I'm assuming you signed like around in April.
March was when things kind of started happening. We're working on things, and we signed.
So
in
you
April.
guys knew things were fizzling when you signed?
Thought it could work.
Okay. That's risky as
Yeah, 4 years though. So
4 years. Okay. So maxed out credit card.
Yep.
Yeah, eBay gift for new friend.
Yeah.
27.24% interest rate. Okay. And it's
Yeah.
overmaxed, so I don't know how you'd afford a plane ticket anyway. Maybe a new friend
Car
comes.
ride.
Or gas or food or hotels, and
That's true.
maybe a new friend visits here.
So how November was going to work was going to come here, and then we were to drive to our other friend, who is the reason why we were wanting to, because she wanted everyone to come down, and she had offered like, hey, place to stay. So that was kind of on the table of like paying for place to stay. Was we don't really have to, because we're just going to stay with her.
Okay. Because you wouldn't want new friends staying with old friend.
No. They'd probably kill each other.
Yeah.
But we were going to go to Arizona and then just kind of hang out for like a week. I would get to meet everyone in person because I've only ever really known them this entire time online, and current situation partner like living. They thought this was a stupid idea when I brought it up because they were like, these people could abduct you. I'm like, I
Sure,
have probably
I
a
gotcha.
better time with them than
That's fair. Okay. Well, we'll figure that out. Let's get through the finances. And it's still the choices in the end, that have gotten us to this point.
yeah.
And whatever the choices we're making in the future, whether it's that or whatever else we talk about, this unfortunately is involved in that, because again, this one's borderline maxed out. This
Yeah.
time you're not over the limit, but you're $46 away. You're at $1,954 on your Chase Freedom, and a $67 minimum monthly payment. Again, these minimum payments are going to
High.
stack up for your income of $2,600 before taxes that come in. And you just made the minimum payment. Thank you for not purchasing. $48.14 of purchases, but the credit limit on this is $2,000.
Yeah.
So you're like at that peak. I'm sure you were there just recently. You had to have been. You're only.
The interest is really high on that one too.
Yeah.
though, which
Yeah.
is why I think me just making the
28.99.
making the minimums.
Minimums, it would take 9 years to pay
Yeah.
off, and you'd pay a total of $4,792 on the $1,954.
Yeah.
And you're only paying the minimum. So
Yeah.
let's look at your income versus spending. See how that relates to the cards you have and what you've been doing with your debt. So total income, well, there wasn't really any. There was a little payroll of $382, but you said you had some. Oh, there's unemployment, $777. So combine those together, like $1,100.
Yeah. I think just enough to pay the cards.
What was the ATM deposit of? Total $572 across the month.
So one of them was me helping out an actual friend that lives nearby. He was having issues with his ID and stuff, so I had to put his money into my bank account and then transfer it to him.
Oh, okay,
Because-
so I can't
yeah.
even count these. Okay, so $1,100. What do you think was spent?
Probably mostly food.
What number do you think was spent?
Probably 500 of it to credit cards. The rest was
Total number. Total
Utility.
number. Total number.
okay
What do you think was spent?
on
Everything across the
Okay.
board. How much money do you think you spent?
probably over like $100 over somehow
$100 over what?
over what I made because I've done.
Okay, so you
split
made
employments.
1,100. Do you think you spent 1,200?
Yeah.
Okay, 2,620.
Okay.
So how are we living off that? Like, we're not gonna live. There's no
Yeah.
future there. You're not gonna have independence from old friend. But
Yeah.
that, in a sketchy situation where you could be kicked out at any moment.
Yeah.
There's no independence from that. There are going to be some personal choices in here. Sure, there's probably coping mechanisms. I get that. But there are still safety things you need to put in place for yourself in this situation, yes?
Yeah.
Okay. supposedly miscellaneous bullshit out of your entire purchases. It was 30% goes to that. Going out to eat was almost 9% of total purchases. Just as much as your housing.
All right. So kind of the reason why a lot of it's weird with the current situation and what I'm living in and stuff and dealing with is that boyfriend like that I'm living with. It's called boyfriend because family. He plays almost as much, if not more, with my family members every night.
Plays video games.
Video games, yes. So they play Fortnite with my sister and my brother.
What? Are they in Dallas as well?
Yes.
Okay.
And so, like, they'll play video games pretty much every night. And there's been times where I've had to hear them talking about me or... yeah. So
okay, have you talked to them behind the scenes at all? What's happening?
I've tried.
And?
They always kind of take his side, like that, oh, he's just lonely. You should just show him more affection and stuff. You should
but
be there
if you
for
guys
him
have
more.
decided that it's fizzled, like, why would you have to be for someone that it's fizzled?
Because...
Like, I get it if we were trying to make the relationship work.
We were, and it's just kind of gotten to that point of just like, this is just how life is for me. I have to play the show monkey.
It's gonna be inappropriate.
But
I'm very forward and candid.
Yeah.
And filterless. Now that you guys are essentially not, anymore, but he holds this power over making you live there.
Mm-hmm. I still have say in things if it's pertaining to me and myself and how I...
Which is he leveraged that position for different naughties?
No.
Okay.
That is, I will say the one thing that
cool
is good.
Good. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that he doesn't push that further as well.
Yeah.
Okay. Synchrony.
Mm-hmm.
Gosh, this is such a complicated situation with the family and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, it's complicated. Okay. Give him more attention. I'd get it if you guys were trying to make it work.
Well, that's what they think.
Oh, they think you guys are trying to make it work?
Yes.
Well, I don't think they think that anymore.
Yeah.
It's a weight off your chest, though, hopefully.
No.
Oh, no?
They probably pick him over me.
Not in the end. In the end? Why? Do you not have a good relationship with them?
No, I do. It's just... he gets along with them better.
I get that, but you're still blood. I feel like if my brother was friends with someone I was dating,
and
I was like, okay, we're done. Okay, well then your relationship's not great with them. I asked if it was, and you said it was fine, but
I mean,
sounds like it's not.
I say it's fine. Like,
but if you guys call each other half sisters,
no, I'm saying like we have another sister that we've cut off completely from the family.
For what reason?
Oh yeah, she's a mooch.
Okay, well, that's a different thing. Are you mooching?
No.
Are there things I don't know about here? I feel like...
No.
Play devil's advocate for a second.
No. So...
like, be honest with yourself.
The closest thing to mooching is, like, borrowing.
Not necessarily mooching itself. I'm just talking about why they wouldn't be on your side.
I just... I don't know. Over the years, they've said, like, such negative things about me that I'm just like, they probably pick him over him. They never have anything bad to say about him.
Well, listen, if the people around you are just always negative, and unfortunately sometimes this is family, sometimes they just don't have to be as big a part of our life anymore as we wish they could be.
Yeah.
And that's really hard. That's an incredibly difficult thing to do. But sometimes that's how it lands. Synchrony, $914.66. Great. With another credit limit of $1,000, so we're basically there again. Mm-hmm. $30 minimum monthly payment. Sorry, you put 35. Maybe that was the minimum at that point.
Oh, that's care credit.
40 care credit, sure. Yeah, under Synchrony. Okay, so and then $4.40 of interest.
Yeah, that was
29.99% interest rate.
Yeah, that one's medical emergencies for my dog. She decided to cut herself open.
This is why, and I know some people are against this, but pet insurance has personally saved me so much money.
She hasn't now.
So much money. Oh, okay.
When this happened, she didn't. I had just taken her off of it, maybe 2 months. And then,
of course, that's exactly when it would happen.
She decided to tear open her chest, wake me up with blood all over me.
Yeah.
And so I took her to the emergency vet.
You gotta tell her not to do that next time. Well, is she healthy and alive?
Yeah, no,
okay, then I can make
she's a very fat pity.
Oh, okay. Well, put her on a diet. Right? My dog's on a diet.
She's a healthy fat. She's in her weight range.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say there's really no such thing as a healthy fat, but if she's in her wealth,
she's in her weight range. Okay. She's just chunky to me.
Alta Beauty. How much Alta are you getting? What are you? You purchasing on this one, even though this one's accruing interest? What is this, your addiction? Is Alta, are you alting every second of your life? What are you alting?
That
started at $175, you went to $302. At least you're further from the credit limit of $1,000 on this one. But why are you purchasing $161 on a thing that you're only paying the minimum monthly payment towards and is accruing $8.76?
So
why are we doing that with Alta?
That one I ran out of my unemployment, and so I had to get things that were like toiletries and stuff, and my hair shampoo stuff. It's been a lot. It literally was shampoos and body washes.
I'm not seeing the purchases. Oh, Ulta Beauty Store, $161. I can't see what that was.
Yeah, it's shampoos and body washes.
Okay.
Expensive toiletries.
So you owe $302 and 38 cents on that, and you have a $30 minimum monthly payment. These are stacking up. Let me tell you, $150, $67, $30. And if you need to live on your own, that's gonna be hard. Dallas isn't one of the most expensive cities in the country, but it's definitely not the cheapest either.
Yeah. No, I've asked my parents when the last time it was kind of held over my head about the living situation, if I could live with them. And they said, you'll have to give us some time to clean out a room for you.
Well, how long's the time?
Indefinite. Until they decide that.
So they don't want you to?
No, they're okay with me living there. It's just my mom is kind of a hoarder. And my dad and my brother would have to essentially take over her hoard that is in my old bedroom to be able to let me move back in. Because she kind of put it all in there instead of around the rest of the house because my dad gets mad.
No. Listen, I don't know. I'm not I don't really like the dollar store because usually it's the worst value for money.
Yeah.
Because you get smaller sizes and the per ounce or whatever, you actually get a little less. But if we're literally unemployed and have no money, we're not getting unemployment, we're not getting income. Yeah. Getting dollar store shampoo instead of spending $161. That's kind of stupid.
Yeah.
Especially on a credit card that's accruing interest that you're only paying the minimum monthly payment towards because you have no money.
Yeah.
So in what world does this make any sense?
Doesn't.
Then why'd you do it?
At the time, I thought it would be fun because I was about to get another paycheck. So I was like, I'll pay it off.
And?
It's back down to 100. I think 100 something.
You think 100 something?
100. I think it's back to the original. I think I paid off that purchase.
So 172?
Yeah.
All right, 172 for this card instead of 302. Okay, this is a JCPenney card. Well, you have all the store cards. Okay.
Yeah.
You're getting a JCPenney.
That's the one that started it all. That's my longest. That's my longest credit card of 8 years. That's the one I started putting my storage in it when I moved out from a previous relationship that was kind of getting toxic.
Okay. So, okay. And trust me, I don't want to accuse. I'm not. But allow me to just play a little bit of skepticism, devil's advocate that I'm historically terribly known for. If every relationship has been toxic that we've had to flee. Oh, okay. Well, all the ones you've talked about so far.
Just my adult ones.
Okay. Well, I think those are the ones that count, not the one when we're 5.
No,
with another kid on the playground.
I'm saying high school or first years of college.
It's very different. Okay. I'm just it brings a little bit of skepticism. Not in that I don't believe you, but in the I feel like I might not have the full story.
He cheated on me in that one.
Go.
Yeah.
That's bad. Don't do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right now, if you guys use my Moomoo link in the description below, you can literally get 8% on your money that's sitting in there for 3 months. It's absolutely incredible. Plus, you'll get 15 free stocks just for signing up with my link. This is literally free money, so make sure you're taking advantage of it now. There is no reason not to. Sign up now, link in the description below. This is my only fear. And again, the cheating, that's obviously not your fault. I want to be very clear. But if we're a victim in every single situation and every part of life, we're never going to get anywhere.
Yeah.
And that's just the only thing I want to call attention to. It's like, don't be a perpetual victim.
Yeah.
Not that it excuses any of that bad actions or any abuse of power dynamics. It doesn't excuse. But if we're always a victim, then we'll always be a victim.
Yeah.
Because you're just, we're just going to be repeating. Okay. Well, again, not that those are bad. I need to be very clear in what I'm trying to say. And I'm not the best at that. $3,059.89 is owed on JCPenney card. Again, with the purchases, you're now you're self-inflicting victim on this, at least on your debt.
Yeah.
With your expensive shampoo purchases on here, getting that eBay on the first one.
Yeah.
So you pay the minimum. Then you accrued $81.78, which is insane. Because why would you purchase a $9.73 purchase on here that's accruing that much interest? You basically negated the whole thing. Your balance barely went down, even though you put $109 towards it. You're just hurting yourself.
I think I have subscriptions on there.
You'll make yourself be the victim by continuing to be a part of PlayStation.
Yeah.
You're a victim to your own spending habits and lack of discipline and lack of maturity and lack of just growing up, lack of budgeting, lack of, anything. If you're going to use a card, you got to be responsible. You got to use a card like the Fizz card. That is the kind of card that you have. You put the money on it. You can only spend a certain amount and you have to pay it off on a monthly basis. You cannot take advantage of these unlimited money swipe cards where you're spending over your limit on that other card. You need to do things in a responsible way. And obviously, just like any guest on the show, we're going to put you through our budgeting program. Okay. Go through it, take the quizzes, go through the whole thing, follow the spreadsheet, build your budget, stick to your budget, go through the education, same with the investing one, even though you're not there yet, but go through it eventually. But
I will say the PlayStation is kind of how I kept in touch with my friends for a little bit.
What, no Steam?
Steam now, but...
Well, then cancel the PlayStation.
Yeah.
Because you said used to. So, okay, used to's in the past. Why would we still have it now if it's a used to? For nostalgia? To be like, oh, I saw that PlayStation charge. That's how I used to talk to my friends. Ooh.
No, I think I just forgot about it.
Okay, no more forgetting. You don't have money.
Yeah.
Okay. And also no more getting fired either.
Yeah. Try not to do that.
What are all these? These are like little affirms?
So one's a firm. I think the other one might be Carlana. Carlana? I don't remember how to pronounce it.
Well, obviously pay these minimums to pay them off. I mean, this is stupid. You're doing like a 4 payment on like a $33 purchase.
No, that's how much is remaining. It was like $100 and something purchase, and that's the minimum.
TikTok Shop?
TikTok Shop, I refunded that. They gave me some garbage.
Sheen?
Yeah.
So $88,
I have a lot of
$84, $33. These aren't huge, but you're just allowing. What sucks is your minimum monthly payments you're allowing just skyrocket. Yeah. Just keep paying these minimums and pay them off in 4. Close these accounts, never open them again.
Yeah.
Like I can't. This is insane. $45 owed there. 45. Oh, okay. Well, so, no. 45. Did you just pay in 4 your GEICO payment?
Yes.
So your GEICO payment's already split down from having to pay it annually or quarterly or biannually.
Chase, they allow me to split it into 4
monthly payment.
So I can have insurance on my car.
Oh, I know why you're paying for it. Just to be in this position, you're just making it worse for yourself. Any interest on them?
No, so those, they don't have any interest.
If you don't miss the payments.
If you don't miss the payments, and I've been really good about...
So you're paying in for Walmart, Target, Geico. Okay, so
groceries.
Wow, so this is what's happening. Your last Geico payment, you paid in for. Now your current Geico payment, you're paying for. You're paying both at the same time now.
Yeah. But
this is going to catch up with you.
Yeah.
It's starting to catch up with you.
So the reason
I'm not going to put these in your budget because I just pay them off and never do it again.
Yeah. So the reason I did that was because I think that was right when I got fired. And so the place I got fired from, they didn't want to give me my PTO. And like I had to go in there because I had like
Do they owe you PTO after you're fired?
No. So if after a certain year, or like a certain time, they would pay you out your PTO, a certain amount of your PTO. And
if you're fired, or you mean if you don't use it?
Yeah. If I didn't use it, I was fired.
Okay.
What ended up happening is they fired me just shy of a year with them, and so they tried not paying me out it because they fired me just shy of a year. I went in because I was like, there's no previous reports. So they fired me for, they tried firing me for, I think it was like a harassment policy.
Okay.
And I was like, there's no previous, I was like, can I have the reports then? Like that led up to this termination.
I mean, no offense, this is an at-will state. They really don't. Like, I mean,
but that was the reason
if they don't find you to be a good employee for the company that they run, like.
But that was the reason they gave me for getting terminated.
Sure.
And so I was like, can I have the reports?
Maybe to appease you.
Yeah. And I was like, so can I have the reports?
But you're not entitled to it.
And yeah. And that's what they told me. I was like, well, there's no notes or anything that I can have saying as to why I was fired for breaking the harassment.
I know.
policy.
I get what you were trying to do, but they didn't. It's an at-will state.
Yeah.
Like,
and so
if I didn't want Noah to work for me tomorrow, I would just tell him he's fired, and I don't have to tell him why.
And so like the whole back and forth, they eventually paid me my PTO, but they paid it like 2 weeks out. So at the time, I didn't have enough money for my insurance and to also get groceries. And so I paid him for my insurance so I could get groceries. Because I was still in charge of getting groceries for the household.
So you were fired in April, May. So you had June off, and now you're starting to work in July. Okay, cool. How long did you live together with this dude in this place?
In this place?
Were you living another year?
We've lived in we've lived all 4 years we've been together.
And you were just paying utilities?
I was paying utilities, and I was paying for groceries and.
Well, that can be minimal.
Yeah.
So no offense, but your living expenses now
are low.
Yeah, they are low. Your income's always also been kind of low, but your living expenses are low compared to the average person.
Yeah.
The fact that no progress has been made on this debt is inexcusable. The unemployment part, kind of. I can understand that for a bit if you got fired. And then you're on unemployment. Okay, sure. But the years and years and years leading up to this just screams irresponsibility and immaturity with the management of your finances and your spending and the lack of paying off your debt. So what has changed today? What's different?
I just don't want to live like this anymore.
I think the pressure's on you because you know you might get kicked out at any moment, or you want to leave.
It's more of a want.
Yeah.
That, and then like I've seen how bad like my parents' relationship was with
finances.
Money. Yeah.
Are they together?
Yeah, they've been together for 30 years.
So it got better. You used the word was.
Recently.
So. Okay.
Yeah. So growing up, they were very much how my current relationship is in my situation. They were always at each other's throats and stuff like that. But they were also low income and they are very severely in debt. And they hate life. And I don't want to be that.
So what's different? What are you going to do now? You don't want that. So now it's time to put the big boy pants.
Yeah.
What are you going to do? What's different? Mind you, your debt is basically your yearly income. It's $28,000.
Yeah.
It's more than you make a year after taxes. You're about to. So what's different? Because listen, here's the thing. You were living on unemployment. We're about to go through your spending. And it's you weren't using unemployment to survive. You were using unemployment to f around like a child. Things haven't changed.
Yeah.
Things better change after this conversation, but things haven't changed. Not at all. Yeah. Not to this very second. Nothing has changed. Doing the paying for. There's only $18 in the checking account. Affirming, paying for, selling out $140. Spotify, you can listen to ads if we literally cannot live. I promise. Yeah. Trust me, I have Spotify Premium. I like Spotify Premium. If you can't afford to live, ads are okay.
Okay.
DoorDash. How
dare you? Honestly, how dare you? Like, yes, there are a lot of things in this conversation where the world is against you. And I am, again, not against those.
Yeah.
But you have played a victim a lot and self-inflicted on a lot of your spending. And then you think you can get DoorDash premium. Well, on unemployment. Because you can't survive. And you are not able to get your own place. Applying to a couple jobs a day. And you get DoorDash premium. No.
So it's a reoccurring charge that I forgot
No.
again.
Shit. It's called, listen, laugh about it all you want. It's called growing up, being responsible, and looking at your subscriptions.
Yeah.
It's looking at your subscriptions. It is not the hardest thing in the world. It is not difficult. You look at a bank account and you look at what were the purchases that happened. Oh, look, a reoccurring charge. Let me cancel that. Open up DoorDash and cancel it. That's what an adult does.
Yeah. Just kind of looking at it plummets the mood. So I try not to look at it. I try not to look at it. Just
I don't care if it plummets the mood. No offense. I'm not going to allow to play that game. I don't give a shit. Listen, I don't give a shit if it plummets the mood. It's going to continue plummeting the mood even worse when you're put to a point where you're homeless, you know, or you have to move in back to your family. I'm sorry. Like, yes, it's emotional. I get it. I support the emotions. Feel free. But I will not accept, oh, no, it brings down the mood. Looking at the bills. Nope. Like, with that. That's not how we live life. Ostrich head in the sand is not the way to get through life. Because eventually this gets so bad where you're going to be put in a position that you cannot get out of other than bankruptcy. And you're going to destroy your credit for basically a decade. You know, so that, because it brings down the mood, is nothing. Your mood is going to be so far down in the future when you're pushed to that breaking point. So this is the moment where we allowed ourselves to have a little bit of discomfort a couple times a month by looking at our checking account.
Yeah.
That's not an option. You pay for Snapchat? What the
No, I think
it's 53 cents for Snapchat, so it's nothing crazy. But what the I wondered how that company still existed.
That
Talk to the mic, please.
That was very stupid. It was
it wasn't like an extra replay on a snap, was it?
No. So I had
that must have been a great picture.
No. No, I honestly think it's stupider. So we had a shriek and you know shrieks, like where you like send each other messages
a streak.
Back. Yes, we had a shriek.
You re-enabled the streak
on accident because I was joking about it, and then I left my phone on. And then when I went to open my phone, I had hit.
Great, let's pay for streaks. No, it wasn't an accident because you did it twice.
Really?
Joanne's store. No offense, we don't really have hobbies when we're broke and can't afford to live. Joanne's stores, Etsy, still McDonald's. Paying for. Going inside, getting some bullshit. Going to Will Hodis restaurant, Bath and Body Works. Just you're getting cheap dollar store crap right now. If anything, you don't really need a candle if you can't afford to survive, or smelly soap that smells wonderful.
Yeah.
Paying for, selling out $15. Okay. And I love the SoFi checking account. I mean, there was honestly probably an ad placement in here for them, affiliate really, but and I really do love them. I love them for their high yield savings account. I don't love when you open the account and you get Taco Bell, you DoorDash IHOP. First of all, IHOP's not going to withstand 5 minutes in a box. So what the are you doing? The Fresh M? I don't know, but that's DoorDash. And then JCPenney's.
That was all birthday gifts.
Yeah, DoorDashing IHOP is a birthday gift.
I don't live anywhere near them, so
Taco Bell?
I have to DoorDash it.
What do you mean? Do you have a car?
The friend in the other state.
You DoorDashed for them?
I DoorDashed for their birthday.
No offense. Happy birthday. Yeah. I'm going to get out of debt so that I can afford to visit you some more. How about that?
Yeah.
Like your life. Oh, this continues. Affirm. Fortnite? Are you getting skins? What are you getting skins?
What skin did you get? Peter Griffin?
It's a reoccurring charge.
Reoccurring charge? What is the reoccurring charge to Fortnite? I thought it was free. What is it?
They have
Battle Pass type?
Yeah.
Oh, kill me. You can't afford to live in a place that you want to get out of a sketchy situation. Yet we decide to have a reoccurring charge to Fortnite?
Yeah.
What a joke. McDonald's, going to the store, getting some bullshit. Something tea, royalty, ninja ramen, and royalty. Oh my gosh. Torrid Gray, $72 there. Wendy's.
Card payment. $72 is a card payment.
Card?
Like my credit card to Torrid. That is my monthly payment to them.
Did I look at that?
No, I don't. It should be on the Synchrony one. Because it's Synchrony, and then it's also Care Credit. They're from the same company. They're under Synchrony together.
What about Torrid?
Torrid is under Synchrony with...
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Wendy's, burgers, McDonald's, Twitch. $21 to Twitch. Yeah. Recurring charge or donations?
No, that was donation.
Okay, well, that's stupid. Donate to you being able to live in a place with a person who's not going to threaten to kick you out. Yeah. Unless you're a homely wife. Tuesday and Thursday. Homely. I don't think that was the correct use of that word. At home. Home.
Yeah.
Home. Whatever. You know what I'm trying to say. Parking. Oh, this keeps going. How do you spend so much money? You literally didn't have a job. And you're collecting unemployment. Yes, you paid into unemployment. So, yes, you should be able to receive unemployment. It makes sense. You paid into the system. But even still, what a stupid use of it. Milky Tomato, Galaxy Toys. Oh, is that the bobblehead thing? Like,
no.
Coco Kuma, Hot Flips, Fan Expo, $83. That's a pop thing. And one says pop.
Fan Expo, that one is I got the money. I got the money in cash.
$80. So, $160 to Fan Expo.
So I got the money in cash for my birthday as like an early birthday gift for me to be able to meet Neil Newbon, the voice actor for Asterion from Baldur's Gate. And
I don't give a shit.
I got the money in hand, and like they told me to put it towards that. And
who told you to do that?
Family member that bought me.
Your family member. They're stupid. It already sounds like they suck.
Yeah, well, they gave me the cash for me to go to the convention.
They won't let you work with them, and they prefer your thing guy, whatever, over you. Like, your family. We're not listening to the family. The family that's rude. No. Actually be able to live on your own life. So you spend $100. Oh, good. We're getting more Fortnite. So there is not just recurring charges because there's 2 in the same month.
Yeah.
Unless we have multiple subscriptions. McDonald's, Jack in the Box, DoorDash and Starbucks for $20. $20 to Starbucks. Joke. Unemployed. Sorry, I can't allow you to play victim when this is your spending.
That was some of the stuff, yes, to me, but it was also to them.
Stop yourself. That's a kind heart move, but also dumb as.
Yeah. They got
PlayStation
COVID.
Network. So you're buying some games and also maybe PlayStation Plus or whatever and all this bullshit. Dumb. Halamatuanu.
What?
I don't know. Game Exchange and Domino's. So it's just. And then $30 in savings, down from $575. So it's just like. What a joke. $63 in a brokerage at 26. Have you withdrawn from a brokerage?
No. That was all put in when I was still working. It would deposit $5 every single time I got paid. And so that's what.
I was feeling more sympathy towards the beginning of this conversation, but it's hard to now. Look at these actions. You're ruining your life. You're destroying it. You're allowing yourself to stay in debt. You're allowing yourself to not be able to pay rent. You're allowing yourself to not have savings. You're allowing yourself to not have an emergency fund. You're allowing yourself to not be able to retire at some point. That's hard. That's on your own actions. And then you says it brings down the mood. If I look at my statements, brings down the mood. I don't care. I don't care about that mood. Yeah. How could you care about the mood in that moment more than your future? It's not even close to more important.
It's easier going day by day, I guess.
Yes. But you know what that's going to lead to? An impossible day by day. Yeah. An impossible day by day in the future without you facing a little bit of uncomfortability right now.
Yeah.
What are you going to change from this? Going forward, what is different?
Hopefully not.
Hopefully. Oh, we just lost it. Okay.
Well, I don't know what really I can afford if more than the bare minimum payments and stuff. So.
Probably the bare minimum payments in life, and then anything else on top of that. You're spending. We went through the pie chart.
Yeah.
Your 10% or whatever went to going out to eat and miscellaneous bullshit that doesn't improve your life in any way. All the games and all that was 30% of your spending, and you spent $1,000 more than you brought in. More than $1,000 more than you brought in. So I mean that's self-inflicted. They're all just a few purchases, but it's a death by 1,000 cuts. So what's different then? What is different going forward?
Maybe cut out the Starbucks. I know I
do not give a shit. You're stuck in a situation that you want to get out of. And you say, maybe I won't get the Starbucks.
No, I won't. It's just...
So life is a joke now? We've given up? We're done?
Like not to.
Huh? You would like not to?
I would like not to.
Okay, well that's not a plan. We are basically halfway through the year, and I need to make sure you guys are saving your money in the right place. In my resources section in the description below, you can sign up for one of the best high yield savings accounts there are, but you can also get $300 for free with qualifying deposits. You can also get FDIC insurance up to $2 million on your money and get 4.6% on the money that's just sitting there. It's exactly where I put my money. Why let your money lose money when it could be making money? It's the biggest no-brainer in the world. Open up a SoFi high yield savings account now and get that $300 for free. What is different? If the true answer to that is maybe I won't get Starbucks, that's not a plan and we're done. We're done and you need to hit rock bottom in order to wake up. Because clearly we're not there then, if that's the case.
No, I don't know. Looking at, I guess, my subscriptions and stuff, and I say I guess just because it's like an anxiety thing, but looking at my subscriptions, getting rid of them.
There were like 5 of them, but you going and swiping at all these places endlessly, it was relentless within the last checking account. Your spending categories are out of control. You have no discipline. You have no delayed gratification. In the spending is not anyone's fault but your own.
Yeah.
A lot of the debt, sure, it may have started through situations out of your control, but you've been in positions where you could have paid them off by now. So the current debts are not anyone's fault besides your own. There's responsibility here. Whether it brings on the mood, finances are not vibe-based.
They really should be sometimes.
Well, they're not, because you live in the real world. Congratulations.
Yeah.
And that's not going to change.
Yeah.
But if you want to be under a bridge, you can.
Okay.
I don't know. What do you want from me? What can I do here? What is this now? I don't know. You don't seem like someone who's willing to sacrifice. Like, you want to hear that everything sucks and that I'm sorry, and I am. But I think that's what you want, is for everyone to say, I'm sorry you're going through a hard time, which again I am, but then leave it at that. And just sympathy.
No.
But that's not going to be a correction to your life.
Well, that's why I reached out.
What
need
do
to get
you want then?
I want to get my shit together.
Okay. And what are you willing to do to get there?
I guess bare minimum. Like, we're not doing anything fun anytime soon.
On your income side, just like any other guest, I'm happy to gift you a tax certification through Course Careers, things like accounting, a bunch of other stuff. You just let us know, and if you want that, you can get it.
Yeah. Life's gonna be bleak for a little while.
Huh?
I was like, life's gonna be bleak for a little while.
It doesn't have to be. You can do things in a happy way. There's parks. There's so many free activities that are good. And also, there are positives to grinding away and making life good. Sacrificing for the future. Making life better. Sounds like you have a good community virtually, but good community.
Yeah.
Even if you're working 60 hours a week, you still have a good amount of time left. I don't know. Man, I don't know. All right, your debt minimum monthly payments. Your debt minimum monthly payments are $390. What do you have to pay towards utilities on average?
I think like $250 $70 is what it is. $240 goes to electricity, and then the remaining goes to my pet insurance for the apartment.
Okay. Do you have to do internet?
No.
Okay. So
it's included in our rent.
Okay. I can already tell. I mean, we might have a little bit of room here. We're going to go through everything. We might have a little bit of room here. It's obviously your spending that is out of control.
Yeah, my spending is really bad. I don't know if it was on there because it was not recent, but I spent possibly $180 for pleasures. No.
Oh. I think we can save that for the post show. We'll talk about some of the drama, some of the tea in the post show. I think that's fair. I don't think we need to put this toy in the budget, but
yeah,
we'll save that for the post show. What's your phone bill?
Phone bill is $80.
Okay. Do you own that phone right out?
No. So I own an
Who are you with?
T-Mobile.
Okay. Ooh, good news. Switch to helium. Same towers as T-Mobile, and it's $20 a month.
Oh, okay.
But you need to pay off your phone first.
Yeah, I think I have the remainder of this year, and then it's paid.
Okay, then switch. So we'll put 80 for now. Gas, vroom, vroom, drive.
$30. $30 to get a tank, and I think I go through it like every 1.5 weeks. That's what
$75.
Yeah, okay. But like that's when I was working.
Well, you are working.
Well,
now.
I don't know how far away
where you're working.
I don't know how far the location is.
You don't know how far away your job is that you're starting next week.
Yes, because they have to decide which store location I'm going to be at.
Okay, 75. Car insurance. What is it monthly? Not your stupid pay for 4 because you're not doing that anymore.
100.
Talk to the mic.
I don't know. I had to actually look at that. 184.
We're also going to do an exercise in the post show where I want you to go through. Sometimes we do it in the show, but I mean, we're already at the budget. There's really no point in backtracking. We're going to make you go through your checking account statement with some crayons or crayons if you're an American and check off things that are bull.
Okay. 182.
I want to know if you can recognize it. Okay, 182 for car insurance.
Yeah.
Food. Do you have to buy for this guy even though you guys are done?
I take care of groceries.
Okay. Should you still take care of groceries?
Realistically, no. Am I required to? Yes.
To live there?
Yes.
That's so weird. Okay, $500 meal prep, meal plan. Follow our thing in the budgeting program.
I actually spend less than that.
Well, you go out to eat every second of your life.
No, like when I actually am cooking and I'm actually being the housewife, I spend like $400. I spend about $400 for the month. It's $200 every time.
TP fund, anything else you need to survive, makeup, shampoo, all that good stuff. Deodorant, $100. Any co-pays, medical things in general, prescriptions, all the good stuff, therapy, all the fun little things.
No, because it's on the care credit. It's already paid off. All the care credit, which I need to pay that off.
Yeah, but okay.
Yeah.
Gym?
No. No.
I didn't want to say it.
I used to.
I'm making fun of myself too. Come on.
Used to. It was $10, and we.
Hey, let's both go to the gym. Yeah, let's have a gym off.
Oh, there's one. There's literally one in front of my apartment. Okay. I go upstairs and stuff. I feel like it's enough.
It's not. I'm gonna let you in on a little secret.
Yeah.
It's not.
No.
Okay. Anything else that needs to be in your budget? No subscriptions. They're canceled.
No.
Okay. I think you're gonna have room from the looks of it, but let's see. Could be a little tight. What's difficult is your living situation. So what's difficult about this is yeah, you have room. You're gonna have after taxes about, let's say what comes in is like $2,200. You need $1,497 to survive on a monthly basis. You're gonna have let's round down to $700 a month. Now what's difficult is If you move out, that completely changes. And obviously we want you to move out, but we want you to get out of debt. So it's a confusing situation. Should I pretend like you're staying there for a while when we do this? Do you want to stay there for a while? Are you going to stay there for a while?
That's
because what's going to happen?
That's the plan of staying there.
If you don't, here's the realness. And
if not, then I move with my family and I don't have any rent or anything.
Oh, I was going to say and get a second job. But okay, that's fine.
Yeah, rent utilities wise goes out the door. They will literally just let me stay there and maybe help with groceries.
Okay. $700. I pop the stressfulness of these jobs. I pop Tums into my lips like they're Zins. Those are my version of Zins, just Tums. Just 2 months, save up $1,400. So 1 month emergency fund. 2 months. Mm-hmm. Then we're paying off the debt, small charges, honestly.
And that's what I tried doing. That's why the Discover happened. I tried consolidating everything.
That's not paying off small charges. That's consolidating.
Yeah. Well, I tried consolidating and then I tried paying off. I had Ulta originally at 0 and then I was working on Freedom. And then...
And you probably brought it all the way back up again, right?
Yeah.
That's what always happens. So, people haven't changed their behavior first. Consolidation is a great tool if you change your behavior. You obviously haven't. You're uncontrollable.
Yeah.
So, you need to practice on the behavior part. $48,000 of debt, $700 a month. No. It's $28,000 of debt. Okay, thank goodness. $700 a month. Obviously, this will start the snowball, but it's also not taking into account interest. So, we're just doing what it might look like. But 40 months, that's not bad. That's not bad. 3.5 years? Work more.
Yeah.
Work another 20 hours a week somewhere. Part-time job. Boom. Paid off in 2 years. Yeah.
Well, this is a substituting for.
Exactly. There we go. But also get something in the summer.
Yeah.
Pay it off in 2 years. Get a fully funded emergency fund. So 2.5 years. I think you could do that if you work 60 hours a week and you cut back and you just have free fun like Discord with your friends and all that good stuff. That's not bad. Starting life at 0 financially, 0 at 28. That's not terrible. 28, 29. It's not terrible. You still have your second best decade of growth for compound growth in your life. Yeah. There's a lot of opportunities still. This is going to be a sacrifice. Set goals along the way. If you pay off a card, maybe you get to do a trip out to California, for that month. Maybe the money goes to there instead of paying off the debt. Maybe you extend this to 3 years total, even with the extra job, by setting yourself goals and allowing yourself to have those rewards. I would still rather it take 3 years to pay it off or working the second job and actually make it than bring another 2 years with the extra job with no rewards and then you don't make it because you just can't sustain that. Yeah. So there's a lot of different options here. But I think you have this. I think you got this. Yeah. It requires a behavior change now, and that's my biggest concern. Because it brings down the vibes. That statement is going to haunt me. So, like that, I don't know.
I will say.
That's where I think right now.
November is probably not reasonable, is it?
Can he come here? Can he pay for half?
Yeah.
Make some substantial progress on one of the... Pay off the JCPenney card by then and have the 1 month emergency fund by grinding, getting a second job, maybe 80 hours a week, just go crazy until then. And then pay for half of it. Yeah, he pays for the other half. Sure. That's your reward. Maybe you can pay for the full thing even. Yeah. But if you get a fully funded emergency fund or 1 month emergency fund, grind and pay off that JCPenney card, yes, I will allow that. But it's going to take real work. Yeah. And it's going to take applying to 50 jobs a day and working part-time and working a lot of hours.
No, that's why I missed the old job is because I was the one that picked up all the hours. I had like 110 at one point.
Okay. Well, that's probably unsustainable. I wouldn't push it much beyond 80, if at all. But okay.
It was fun.
Spending a budget, you overspend it on your budget, 0 out of 10. Debt. For your situation, it's horrendous.
And half of it's school loans.
Huh?
Half of it's school loans. 15,000 of it is school loans.
I didn't get that?
You should have.
I didn't talk about it.
You didn't.
And that was included in the 28,000?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't talk about it, but that makes sense for the math then.
Yeah.
Is it federal?
Yeah.
Low interest rate?
No interest rate yet. It's 4%.
Okay. Cool.
When it goes
We're going to
in,
minimum
but
monthly payments, all those are paid off. That's going to be a 2 out of 10. Emergency fund, there's nothing 0 out of 10. Retirement, I'm not going to allow that being considered starting. It's nothing. Real estate 0 out of 10. So we only round up unless I hate you. So that's going to be a Hammer Financial score 0.5 out of 10. Make sure to stick around for the post show. You can join that membership in the link in the description below and check out all the resources there, as they are what I use or would use in specific situations, including the best budgeting and investing programs in the history of the internet, which are now bundled at a lower price, and you get $100 in cash rewards thanks to Moomoo.
Today on the Financial Audit Post Show.
Noah was very excited about this.
Okay, no, I wasn't. You're like, I bought a fucking toy and like there's beef around it.
How much was it again?
180.
What is it, like Hulk's or something? Branded and everything?
Controllable.
That'd be kind of cool, actually.
Don't a lot of people do that in public?
Self-report.
Go to the grocery store and they're like, gotcha.
Yeah.
To watch the Financial Audit Post Show, click the join button below.